Is going on? It's Jeff and Dave. It's 5 o'clock Eastern time on a Wednesday, which means it's brain break time. Dave, how you doing, buddy? We're ready to.
It is a coffee, all day long kind of day.
All the coffee.
Literally all the coffee in Michigan today is in my body.
It is I found Smirnoff Ice in a can day, so we're gonna try that out today.
You win.
It's my red, white, and blue. But I bought so much today. It's funny. Anyway, it is Wednesday, so we're going to talk. We got some. I think Dave's got some games in store for us, so that's going to be fun. And we might talk about other stuff too. So hang out for a little bit. Stick around. Drop in the comments. Let us know where you're at, where you're listening from, what platform you're on, and what you're snacking on, what you're drinking on, and what you're trying to get away from. What do you need a break from? And we'll be back in about 60 seconds. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I missed you last week.
we saw
you were having a lot of fun, and I had to chime in just for like the last 10 minutes, but I was so
you had to make sure I didn't forget about you. I missed you too. Don't get me wrong. I will go live with Hedrick any day. She is a blast. She's so much fun. But I miss you, man. There's a Jeff and Dave thing. That needs to happen.
She's got a much better singing voice than I do. I was totally expecting her to show up today to give me that vocal lesson I asked for, but whatever.
Always chance. It's very early in the brain break right now, Dave. Very early. Okay. So what's going on, Alex?
From Blake Shelton or something. I don't know.
Hey, and we're all waiting. Like, you can do that anytime you want. We will not stop you. What's going on, Alex? Nikki's in the house.
I'm sorry. You would stop me, just for the record. I guarantee you would stop me.
Mark Heller's in the house. Debbie Tannenbaum's in the house. Carly Spina's in the house. Kate is representing Twitch. Kate always brings one of them. She brings Twitch a lot. I like it. Were you wearing that? Yes, I've been wearing it just every day, all the time. So this is the piped fleece over on the teachbetterswag.com. But I'm going to tell you, it doesn't feel like I guess it's fleecy inside a little bit. But what this feels like, Alex, is just like it feels like a hooded, like a zip.
It feels like it never needs to be washed. It never needs
hooded sweatshirt, but without the zip or without the hood. It's really nice. So it's not super heavy and stuff, but I love it. I'm pretty sure I have been wearing it for a few. I did wear it on a couple recent podcasts. So if you watch the video version of the podcast, I did have this on. If you don't know,
you have a podcast.
If you didn't know, I do a podcast with Ray Hewart, and it comes out twice a week. Called Teach Better Talk, and it's part of the Teach Better podcast network. But we also do it's an interview with educators, and typically 30, 45-minute long episodes. But we'll talk with the educator for like 20 to 30 of those minutes, and then there's like 5, 10 or so of Ray and I at the beginning talking, and that is video. It's the two of us. You can see us and make fun of us and whatever else. So anyway. Christy's in Nebraska, snacking on Ritz cracker, finishing some tea, but we change into something stronger when I leave school. We have state tested. A lot of people are in state testing right now, so I think we're feeling that. So, who is this? Who's asking how the speaking gig go?
I will let you know. Is that on Facebook?
That is Mark Heller asking. Not sure. Mark, can you clarify what speaking gig we're talking about? Was I supposed to be speaking something? Dave, were you supposed to speak somewhere today?
I did do a little thing today. I don't
did
know.
You?
Is that what he's talking about? Or I don't know.
Maybe. Jeff says there definitely is a Jeff and Dave thing. I don't know why it's in
it was
quotations.
They're talking, not us.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay,
so
conversation.
So just so you know, when you guys do that, like sometimes it's hard to tell whether you're talking to each other because it doesn't show me on the back end here like that. It's separate there. But Yeah, Debbie had a couple. I think she had a couple things today, or today and tomorrow.
Today. She had
was today the first keynote?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Everybody, hey, can we get some green hearts in the comments for Debbie? That is awesome. That is not a little thing. That's really really cool. Vicky, good to see you. Brad Hughes is in the house. Brainy, I don't think he knows who he's talking to, but all right.
He must be talking to somebody else in the comments too, so that's all good.
This spring break is really speaking to me. We're always speaking to you, brother. We got some red hearts going. Or red hearts. Jeez, some green hearts. I don't even know what's going on.
Let's switch drinks. I think you need some of this.
I think I've had plenty of that. I'm on to this. My fruity drink. I like it. Danielle says the party can start right now. She's done with classes. All right, I'm loving the green hearts, everyone. Appreciate that. The guiding principles in the house. Let's go. Let's go back here. Let's keep the celebration going. So, if you don't know the guiding principles, that is Rob Breyer's group. There, Rob Breyer's. He's got the Facebook group, has the podcast, also part of the Teach Better Podcast Network. Also, Rob is a brand new Teach Better ambassador and a brand new, as of today, published author. His book, Taking the Leap. And it's a field guide for aspiring school leaders. I hope I didn't butcher it. I think I got it right there. Rob, it came out today. It's now available on Amazon. Did you get it yet, Dave? Did you order it? Because I ordered mine today.
I actually did hit buy now, so it'll be.
Did you? You did buy? Oh,
yeah. I think it'll be here on Friday or Saturday.
Yep.
And it's a fun one because I've actually already read it, and I don't even have the copy yet. It is nice. So good. It's one of those I wish I had read 15 years ago. My life would probably be way more successful, but it is good. It's powerful.
I love it. We got some green hearts going for Debbie. Can we get some more green hearts going for Rob? Just some celebration to Rob. And then let's throw some more green hearts because the man, Jeff Bradbury's in the house. By the way, I'm going to give you some secrets because it's on the site now. I don't even know if Jeff knows that he's officially on the site yet. They're still working on that, but it just happened. Jeff's podcast, Ask the Tech Coach, the newest member of the Teach Better Podcast Network. So that's happened. If you don't know Jeff Bradbury, you need to get connected to him.
There's like 3 or 4 different podcasts on that network now. 3 or 4? Is that where we're sitting at?
Maybe 5 or 19,
15 or 20.
Maybe 19.
That is crazy.
I think we're at 19 now. Yeah, see, Jeff doesn't know yet. Yeah, Josh, I don't think Josh has even seen the notification when I told him that it was up. So it's up in a sense of it's ready to roll. You can find the show on there. And Josh will be getting Jeff stuff. But so that's like legit, like just happened. And there's definitely a lot of Jeffs going on right now. Where's I missed the contact or the comment there. So
Jeff Bradbury, Jeff Gargas, Jeff, whatever. There's lots of Jeff.
Kaplan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, so lots of shots. So
if you know somebody named Dave, let's say if anybody knows somebody named Dave, have them join us, please.
We need some Daves in here. So congrats to Debbie. That's awesome. Congrats to Rob on the new book. Congrats to Jeff for officially joining the family here as a podcaster. Jeff and I have been connected for a long time, so it's hard for me to realize that it's only officially now connected there. But anyway, all good stuff. So super excited. Dave, what are you celebrating today? Other than drinking all the coffee, is that the celebration? Because I'll let it be.
So, what am I celebrating? What am I surviving? So, one of the questions I was going to ask you today is kind of related to this. I haven't been on this. I feel like in a few weeks, which is probably 100% accurate. But I haven't been on this since I officially sold the house I'm sitting in.
You were here last week.
Well, for 10 minutes, that doesn't count. I was a fly on the wall for that.
So you haven't been okay. It was the week before. So it's been 2 weeks.
So the people that don't know, I'm in Michigan right now, and the housing market is crazy. We listed our house on a Saturday. By Sunday night, it had 10 offers, and it was absolutely crazy. It was a blitz. So the house is under contract. We're signing off on it in like 2 weeks, and then I've got about 6 weeks after that to find a new place. So my question for you, Jeff, what do I need to be looking for in a new house? Because
how many kids?
It is stressful.
How many kids do you have? 4 kids, so at least six bedrooms.
Yeah, two separate buildings, right? Like a building for the kids.
Well, right? if you can pull that off, great.
Okay.
But, they make cages for that too. But no, I think 6 bed. Every kid needs a bedroom plus you and your wife, and then you need an office, at least one, right?
Okay.
Right? Or are you gonna do it? Or you might be able to do a basement office, depending on. But that's what I do. So.
But so
Jeff
I'm moving to Florida. They don't really do basements in Florida. So there's
okay,
that.
gotcha.
So-
Jeff Bradbury says room for more babies.
Wow. No.
Jeff Kaplan says a disc golf course in the back.
Okay.
Can
So how much,
it'll
how
just
big does a yard have to be for that?
Dave, you could actually just instead of doing a disc golf, just go to the beach and make it it's just the entire course is a sand trap, and then it's all good.
Ooh, okay.
You're always in, but you're always out.
Okay. So we're more worried about the outside of the house than the inside is what I'm getting, right?
I'm not. I think you need. I was sticking with you definitely need the 6 bedrooms. You need a nice big, and someone's who is that? Alex is touching on that. Like, so you need a lot of room. So if it's not a room, it's fine. It could be, an area, another room in the house, or just at least have a couch that folds out and makes some more room. Maybe a tent out back.
Can I ask a very real question right now? Is this being recorded somehow, some way? This goes out like
it's recorded. It all gets saved. It's you can go back and watch it on Facebook, YouTube, everything like that.
You're the CEO of this company that does this, right?
No, COO.
You're the COO. You're the COO, so really in charge of all. Yep. So you're in charge of all the operations, like logistics and all of those sorts of things.
Sure.
Technically, you're like my boss. So right now, you're telling me on a recording, part of the business, that I need to go get some bedrooms. So does this mean Teach Better Team is paying for all these things that you're suggesting right now? Just
yeah, why not? Sounds good.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do this. Okay, so now
I was going to answer with that's ridiculous, but let's do it.
So we're thinking the outside matters, but we also need lots of bedrooms. Okay.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, outside matters. But
you're thinking through this. You're like, no, we want to downsize.
Well, yeah, I haven't told you, Dave. We haven't got into budget talk. That might change.
Okay.
How far you can be? You're moving. Your plan is move close to the ocean, right? Close to the beach.
Close enough. So yeah.
Like how far is close? How close is close enough?
I would love in a perfect world. Again, this is not a deal breaker, but I would love to have a canal. Like in the back or something, but
like your own, like the Panama Canal, like you want that?
Not like I'm bringing
that's ridiculous,
ships,
Dave.
like so that I could that would connect to the ocean or something, but it doesn't have to go through.
So you can just jump in and float into the ocean.
That'd be awesome, but that's not a deal breaker. So I lived in Florida before, and my house was about 5 miles from the beach, which was great. Because I could go to the beach every weekend if I wanted to, but I would love to just be able to go outside and do this, watching the sunset. Whether I'm on the water or not, I can't afford to live right on the water, but that would be amazing. So I guess I'm thinking about what's the dream situation, and then what's truly manageable. So
what do you think you're going to be within 5 to 10 minutes from the ocean?
I hope so.
Okay, then in my opinion, the outside of your house doesn't really matter because you can walk to the beach.
Okay.
Like if you're like, if you walk outside of your house and like, oh man, my outside of my house is depressing, and you can walk 5 minutes to the beach, you'll get over it really quick.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
just my opinion, one man's opinion.
Because
they have to make bourbon for that, just so you know.
There you go.
Bourbon makes the outside of every house look nice.
100% right. Yeah, because I have been obsessing about what the outside would look like. Like, do I need a pool? No, I got the ocean.
I was just saying, are you like, is your family like pool people? Do you want to get a pool? Is that something? Have you had them in the past?
I'm all about the beach. I've never had a pool, never had upkeep.
Yeah.
My parents have a pool, and they're down in Florida, so I could go there. I don't need.
Eventually, going to be really close. So if the kids want to go swim in a pool, you can go. Yeah,
exactly.
Great reason. Yeah. So I don't think you need that. That's a lot of extra management that takes away from beach time.
Okay, fair enough.
Also takes away from Teach Better work time, which I'm going to need you to have a lot of anyway.
Fair enough.
Gotcha. And I'm going to be competing with the beach, so this is, I don't like the way this is going.
Okay.
Actually, I think I changed my mind. I will only cover it if it's in Ohio. Sorry.
Oh.
Change of plans.
Can you change your mind? Oh, I guess before I haven't signed a contract on it yet. So yeah, you just did. Okay.
No,
so hypothetically, if I were footing the bill for this, and
hypothetically, yes.
Okay. So bedrooms, I need to have a certain number of bedrooms. An office, is an office space a requirement? Because what I was thinking, like those I don't even know what they're called. Those outside rooms, what are they called? When they screen them in, Florida rooms.
A screen and porch. Like ours is called a 3-season room because it's not insulated, so it's good for all but winter.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I could get something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like whether you I have office space, but it's just I'm just at and into my basement. Like there's no wall here that separates, but my family's good about staying upstairs when daddy needs to be down here or whatever. So like, I mean, are you upstairs right now or is this is
I'm in the basement.
you're in a basement, right? Where you're bored and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
but you're not gonna have a basement there. So you need to have some space where you can do your work. So whether that's, and obviously easiest would be if you had a bedroom that you could go to, but every bedroom ad ticks up that price where you might have a nice porch area where you'd be like, hey, this area of the porch area, like this is where daddy goes when he needs to do his work. You might be okay. Yeah. Do you have a lot of stuff that you have to, like I have a lot of stuff that's related to the business. So I keep, all of our files stay with me, all of the inventory for like the shirts and stress balls and pens and, everything that ships that we have to ship, like workbooks and books, stuff like that. So like I have a lot of storage area that I need to do too. I don't know that you have that. Do you?
I've got, simply because I've got so many other things that I do, like all the textbooks for university work that I do.
That's true. Yeah.
I still have like my old files from the stuff I used to do when I was a classroom teacher. And that was 15 years ago.
But like textbooks, those can go in the garage or something.
Yeah. I'm sure. So, and that's another, but speaking of that, do I even need a garage that I can pull the car into? I mean, it might rain, but I don't have to worry about snow and ice and all that stuff.
So. Yeah, but down there, doesn't the garage give you the opportunity to keep your car from getting as hot because you can hide it overnight versus up here, obviously, it's nice when it's snowing to not have it covered. But, but you got to weigh that. Like, do you care? Yeah. Some people don't care.
See, so basically, you've been no help because you keep saying you could do this or you could do the exact opposite. You could try this or you could do the exact opposite. So,
well, what I'm saying is, I think if I'm you, I'm looking for one with 6 bedrooms,
and in Ohio.
Well, actually, let me. Well, no, I'm being serious. Like in your Florida journey, but hold on, let me double check. How old's your oldest?
My oldest is 15, so he'll be moving out from college in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, but like that's still a few years. So
yeah.
So worst case, you get 5, and then when he leaves, you have the office area. But again, you may not need it.
So here's the thing.
Need that.
So when I lived in Florida last time, I had a 5-bedroom house, and the house that I got was literally the only house with 5 bedrooms on the market, less than $1 million. Within
5 or 6 bedrooms is tough to find without going.
It is, unless
ridiculous pricing.
Yeah, that's not happening for me. So
why don't you do 4 bedrooms and the kids share 2 and 2, and then you still have an office?
Well, seeing as my oldest 2, I've got 3 boys and a girl, so I don't know if that's going to work out.
All right, so you need 5. So you definitely need 5 bedrooms at least.
So my house I have right now is 4, but with a basement. I've got my 2 youngest that.
But you're not going to have a basement, right?
No, but I got they can go outside all summer. See, I feel like I'm on House Hunters right now. Just give me 3 options and tell me to pick.
Dude, can we get you on House? That's what you need to do. Go on House Hunters,
right? Yeah.
Will you teach better swag the whole time? It'd be great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'll see what I can do.
My wife, Amy, actually has a woman she went to college with. Her and her husband moved to Paris. They were moving to Paris and they, cause she's in fashion stuff, and they were on House Hunters looking for a place.
Oh, that's cool. Let me ask you this.
Several years ago. But.
How are you with a hammer and a drill? Because
depends on what you need me to do with that hammer and drill.
Well, are you good at? I know you're good at demo. So
I'm good at demo. Yeah.
Because speaking of House Hunters, I don't know if you ever watch Beachfront Bargain Hunters. Okay, it's on.
Oh, you want to get a place and fix it up?
I'm just saying, I could probably find a nice little.
Hey, I'm pretty good with YouTube and Google, and I have a drill and a hammer.
Yeah.
Alex doesn't forget anything.
Tink tink. There you go.
I just put a new door in this weekend, so I figured out that I can do that apparently.
So if I buy a house that's missing a door, you're my man. Got it.
I'm your man.
Okay.
Yeah, I work cheap. Beer,
yeah. I'll take a quick little trip to the Floribama, and you're good to go.
Be good to go. We should do that after successfly putting things in.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Although when I go to Canada with the guy, with my father-in-law to fix things, we usually do the beer first.
Huh.
But that's Canada. Like rules don't apply up there.
They don't. Whatever.
Crazies, outlaws. Anyway, so you're looking, are you like looking right now? Have you started like really looking at all, or are you kind of like? Because I know you have some time still, but
yeah. So I've got an agent down there who is amazing. She's actually a lady that I knew back from when I was working down there. She used to be a news reporter, and she came and interviewed me a few times, and then she transitioned to being a real estate agent. And I just was like, hey, help me out. She's been absolutely incredible. Go ahead.
What did she interview you for a few times?
Because I'm Dave Schmittou.
Yeah, that's not accurate. What did she interview you for a few times?
Different things
Like,
that I had going on at my school.
Like with the school? Like, or okay, I didn't know if it
Yeah.
was some other thing that you did that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So she's looking for you. She's getting something together for you at
So
least.
she's been, well, the issue is things are selling so fast. So
I know. Like you have no time.
So I'm on an active email list with her. And then if there's something that looks absolutely amazing, that's a must see, I send her out to do a quick FaceTime tour of the property for me. And then I decide, which I haven't yet, if I need to book a flight that night to go make an offer but I haven't seen anything yet that I've said, oh, I need
you have to go down there to make an offer.
I would want to see it.
Like, you want to go walk?
If I'm spending six figures on something, I feel like I probably need.
So you trust her, but I do. Not too much.
Enough to say open up your bank account.
Be a little too much trust, honestly.
Yeah.
So like my thing is that like if you see a house tonight and you flew down, by the time you got down there, it's probably sold.
Well, maybe, but don't rain on my parade. I'm hoping that I would get at least 24 hours because like it's literally as soon as I see them, and they're amazing. I'm like, can you go see it? Can you go see it? I'm to the point now where I'm also looking at houses in Alabama, and forgive me, but that's different than Florida in my head and in my heart. But I'm looking.
How so? How is that different for you?
Let's
go there. Let's go there real quick.
It's just it's different. Okay, because you have to pay state taxes in Alabama. There you go. And in Florida, there's no state income tax.
That's nice.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Okay, that's one reason.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that the primary reason? Is that the primary reason?
I like paved roads. I like indoor plumbing.
There's no paved roads or no plumbing in Alabama.
I don't know. I know. I'm still totally drawing some stereotypes now. We said Alabama. I thought we were talking Ohio. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and Alabama is beautiful and lovely.
In Ohio, we don't have any indoor plumbing or paved roads.
True story. Yeah.
Anyway, so first off, hi to Megan Anderson's in the house. Megan Wells in the house. Chelsea just jumped in the house. What are you wearing? You're wearing this right now? That's awesome if you are. Chelsea, I actually saw that you were just in my town like yesterday on the playground and you didn't say anything. So we might be twinning, but we might also be in a fight. Just saying. Anyway, all right, Dave. So I don't. So I think five bedrooms is where you need to be. 6 is probably just going to put it way too. But if you think you pull off 4, I mean, like that. If I'm you, I'm looking for 5. But I'm also like, you gotta understand in this scenario, I'm assuming that by being Dave Schmittou, I have an endless budget. So like, this is just where my mind is. I'm like Dr. Dave, like he's Dr. Dave. He's probably got lots of money, so I can look for
Dr. 6. Dave means Dr. Dave was paying off his student loans forever. So Dr. Dave Schmittou doesn't have much to work with.
Yeah, but like I figure Biden and AOC are going to take care of that or something sometime for you, so it'll free up.
So that's a whole other thing. I paid off my loans last year. Had I waited, I might be saying that, but I paid mine off last year. So
then you don't have to pay your loans. You do have a lot of money.
No, I have been. Well, I don't have all the money. And Megan Wells, yes, Pensacola is actually where I'm looking. So well done, Megan Wells.
Yeah. So have you looked at Mississippi?
I have looked at Mississippi before. Yes.
So I've looked at it. I had to spell it. I looked at it.
My parents live in Pensacola. So a major reason for me to shift down there is to be closer to them right now. So I feel like I need to be within at least like an hour and a half.
I know that's why.
So Mississippi is a little bit far.
I get you. Well, so I would like you to move somewhere close enough to a place that would be really good to hold a hypothetical educational conference.
Yes. Yep.
Like that'd be cool.
I got you. Just a thought. So
I'll
see what I can do.
Just a thought. All right. So what else? So we're no help with the move-in, but congrats on the house. So that's good. None
whatsoever.
So then what's up next today? What's on our docket now? So we're about 24 minutes in. We spent about 22 of those minutes talking about your mythical house in Florida that doesn't exist and probably isn't possible to find because it's going to sell so fast.
Which means I'm living with my parents again.
Okay. Probably going to live with your parents. Let's just say, call spade a spade at this point. Anyway, I hear there's a lot of really nice, gated communities and stuff where you can like cruise around in golf carts and stuff down there. Like you should look at some of that stuff.
Wow.
You might have to be a certain age.
When we're done here, I'm going to give you access to my bank account just so next week you'll be changing your tune in terms of what kinds of houses you think I'm looking for. So Yeah.
Just so everybody's aware, this is recorded, and Dave has agreed to give me access. He didn't say so I could view it. He said access.
Oh, I'll
to
give
it.
you all the access because there's not a whole lot of withdrawals you're going to be able to make, but feel free to deposit anything you want.
Oh, Megan. Yes,
Aw.
he is.
Wow.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yes, he
Oh,
is.
but you bring up something. The villages. What is the requirement to live in the villages? Because that could be.
I don't know that there is a I'm sure some of them they're probably like if they're considered a retirement village, there might be age, but there's probably a lot of villages you can live down there. But typically, you're paying more because you're in the village, so you're paying extra.
No, there's actually a
fees.
town. There's actually a town in Florida called the Villages, and it started off as just a retirement community, and now there's like 50 or 60,000 people that live there, and it's its own town.
I think that's how towns work.
Well, yes, I know. That's what I'm saying. But it's like a senior community, though. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, but so is most of Florida. So, what are we talking about here? Like,
true.
that's how Florida became Florida. Is like,
wow,
they started by a few people retire, and then it's like, hey, this is where old people go, like, and where we retire. So, like, Dave's like, well, I'm on my way. I might as well get down there now, get it done with.
About that time. Okay. Okay.
Sorry. No, I know what you were saying. It was just funny because you're like it started off as a village and then it grew into a town.
No, the name of the town is the Villages. The name of the city is the Villages.
Yeah, there's a thing called a village. I think it's a village. There's a Villages in Stowe, Ohio. But like the actual city is now called the Villages, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
it should be like the Villages in Florida.
Yeah, the Villages.
So it's interesting. So Villages. So the town itself is a series of villages. Then is that how it's set up?
It's a bunch of old.
Otherwise, that's a really dumb name.
Well, yeah,
right, because it's the Villages.
All right,
so like,
somebody do. Alex, do some research. Send a link so Jeff can look it up in a little bit.
I was just curious. Anyway,
Megan was all over this too. Megan, feel free to.
Megan could probably tell you. Megan, I think Megan already found you a house.
Done.
She's on it. She's figuring it out for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Because I need some help.
Candace is really pushing for the conference down there.
I could totally take care of this. I really could. So,
I don't know. With how much time you're going to be spending on the beach, I'm not sure.
Jeff Vargas, listen to this. I want you to look, while we're talking, I want you to look this up. The Blue Wahoos, Pensacola Blue Wahoos, okay? They are at a place, their baseball stadium is Maritime Community Park in Pensacola. I want you to look this up because I have a connection that will allow me to do conferences at their baseball stadium. This is epic. When I was a principal down there, I actually brought a friend of mine to come down and do a conference just from my school at that baseball stadium. We could have the Teach Better conference at that stadium. And if you're looking at it right now, it is.
I'm actually looking at the fact that the Pensacola Mullets take over the stadium every Thursday.
Yeah, that's what they call themselves on Thursdays. They call themselves the Mullets.
Oh, they all put on the Mullets? Okay.
They do.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah.
So this is who are they connected to? Who's their MLB team?
Now it's the Marlins, but it was the Cincinnati Reds.
They do. Okay, that used to be the Reds. Okay.
Yep. So now it's the Miami
Marlins. So what am I should be looking at? What should I be looking at?
Look at the stadium. Look at the stadium.
Blue Wahoo Stadium.
And think about that for a location.
You called it something else.
It's Community Maritime Park.
They call it Blue Wahoo Stadium.
No, that's fine too. So, and this place is pretty cool. So during COVID,
it does look nice.
It's gorgeous, right? When baseball shut down last year, they took a big pivot and they turned their stadium into a B&B where you could come and you could hang out there.
No way. Hold on.
Yep. You could reserve it for up to however many people you wanted to. Yes, just listen to this. $1,000 a night. Only $1,000 a night for as many people as you wanted to come hang out all night.
I don't know what you just said. It sounds like a great deal, but all I am focused on is the fact that one of the co-owners is Bubba Watson. I'm sold.
He's from
Game
Pensacola.
over. We're done.
Yep.
We're done.
Yep. See,
done.
Just saying.
I'm in. Saying. Call Bubba. If I can meet Bubba.
Okay. I'll see what I can do for you.
Good.
But this would be pretty epic. Just saying. Just kick that around, people.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That sounds great. Just so you know, not that anyone's surprised, but Alex did look up some information on the Villages. So that's there. All right, let's. You said you wanted to do games, or do we have? Or do you want? You also said you had real questions. So was this one of the real questions?
No,
it seemed a little fake. I don't actually believe that you're moving.
Well, I'm really moving, but that wasn't like the deep stuff. But to be fair, we've been scolded that Brain Break has gotten too deep lately, that we're asking too many like real questions. So
Yeah.
I do have some games that we can play if we catch Ray in the comments, so we can act like that's what we've been doing the whole time.
If anybody sees Ray, tell her we played games.
Yeah. Can we just play a game real quick, just that way?
Yeah, let's play a game. I mean, if you think about
to...
it, for the last like 25 minutes, we've been playing a game with your life. So like,
that's true.
It's right. We just talked about baseball. That's a game.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
No, let's play a game. What do you got?
Okay. So how about like a little Family Feud / Outburst type of thing, real quick, just so that we can get some other people playing. And
can we give something away?
Yes. What would you like to give away? An all-inclusive paid trip to the new house in Florida. No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
We'll give away a shirt. We'll give away a Teach Better shirt.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Like one of those that I have right there.
Sweet. Okay.
Black Teach Better shirt. Yep. All right. Go ahead.
I have no idea how they're going to win this, but okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, somebody's going to win. So, okay, we'll give away a shirt just somehow, some way. So here, speaking of Bubba, those people that don't know who Bubba Watson is, he's a golfer. Pretty good golfer. Won the Masters. He's a solid player. You and I, we got to go play golf together. We did. There'll be lots of golf courses down in Florida, and we'll be playing golf
most likely.
Together.
Yeah,
really soon.
I like the potential of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about we go with a golf themed question? This is Family Feud style. So here's the question, and let's set the rules. The rules are Jeff's answers are the answers that I'll score and count, but audience, you can help him out. There's phone a friend totally available. So you throw your responses there. He gets to pick the one that he wants to answer. 3 strikes though, and game is done, and he's a loser. Okay. So the question is, name something that gives you problems on a golf course. Jeff Gargas, I know the list is endless for you, but for this,
is golf one of the answers? Skill, effort.
That's funny. So, yeah. So it's not an infinite list. We're looking for things that give you problems on a golf course.
Sure. Sand. Sand trap.
So apparently, those of you commenting, Jeff's not even going to read what you're saying. So he's just ignoring you completely. It's all good.
I'll get there.
Okay, that's fine. Because he is saying sand, a sand trap, like AKA the bunkers, same kind of thing. Yes, Jeff Gargas, that was the number 1 answer, sir.
Yeah, I figured. I'm going to say water or water hazard, depending on how they have it listed there, or the drink. I don't know what kind of language we're using.
They do have water on this list, and Jeff Gargas, that is number 4 on the list.
I got some friends in the audience here telling me to go with wind. We're going to go with wind.
Wind.
This is not an official answer, but Alex is correct that just being on a golf course is a problem. But yes, we have wind. Is wind
a lot of hot air? Yes, that is number 3 on the list. So just for the record, there are 7 items on this list, and you have identified 3 of the top 4 already. You are rocking this. Now, I got to ask you, how do you know so much about problems on a golf course, Jeff? Because I would struggle with this. I would say scoring too low, not giving my competitors a fair opportunity. Out driving everybody.
Dave.
You played with me. Never mind. You know
we've played together.
Sorry, I forgot.
To be fair, Dave won that match by 2 strokes, but not that hard when you play with me to win by 2 strokes. I'm going to go with trees. Do we get trees? Show me trees.
That is an amazing answer. Not here though. No.
Trees is not on
here. No.
Where did you get this list?
Most people don't hit trees.
Really? Most people don't you don't have to hit around a tree or adjust the way you play the entire game based on if there's a thing of woods? Really?
Apparently not the 100 people they asked.
They asked people that weren't golfers?
The people that they asked knew about bunkers, wind, and water. So all
right. So then wind and water. How about? For me, I'd say the break on the green.
Oh wow, you are getting technical here. The break, like the being able to read the green.
If that's not on the list, I quit because it's a really bad list. Because that's one of the most difficult things.
Does this include the windmill? I'm just kidding. The windmill's not on here.
We already covered wind. It's cool. We covered it. It's included.
The break in the green is not on the list, Jeff. That is 2 strikes.
Wow.
2 strikes.
All right. So what else? So I can't.
Lots of interesting answers in the
I'm seeing. So my thing is like I'm seeing golfers or gophers, but I'm like, dude, you can't. There can't.
Those are two different things, but
be.
they could be. Those could both be on the list. That's interesting.
But those would be more common to be answered than freaking trees.
Apparently, there are lots of things that are more commonly answered than trees.
Let's see. We come water, sand.
This is not my list. I'm just reading it. Okay. Picture me as Steve Harvey here.
Let's see what else might be on there. I got a few other people. I got a couple. I got gophers and I have golfers. So like, is it gophers or golfers?
Why does it have to be an or? Why not do both?
But rain, I think water. That's water hazard versus rain. All right, I like
tricky.
I like rain. I'm gonna go with rain.
You do like rain? Who likes rain?
I'm only happy when it rains.
Oh.
Name that artist. Anyone? Name that artist and you win the shirt.
Ooh, that's
I'm only happy when it rains. I think it was 90s, late 90s. Female front.
I think it was 90s, yeah. So you going with rain? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Rain / inclement weather is number 2. Yes. Richard Dawson. Can I give you a kiss, Jeff Gargas?
That's going to say you're going to kiss me now.
Awesome.
Man.
We'll see how many people actually know what in the world we're talking about with that reference.
How many are, oh, boom. Look at that. Megan. Give me an email, Megan. You just got a shirt. I'm pretty sure you already have several, but now you get another one.
I think I might actually still have a garbage CD.
I do.
Right next to
Stupid
my Poe CD. Right next to
Uh-huh.
my Poe CD. Did you ever listen to Poe?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Is anybody out there? Love Poe. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Used to rock some Poe. I'm pretty sure I still have that. I bet I still have that CD in my closet.
Tell me those things are going in my car because I've got a little road trip coming up, and I'm going to throw those in my car for my road trip. But okay,
Do you still have a CD player in your car?
Oh, I do.
A lot of cars don't have them anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's so 6-bedroom house or CD player. I'm going with the CD player. So okay, so you still got 3 more answers to choose from. Things that could cause problems on a golf course.
All right. So far, we've done sand trap.
I'll tell you.
Water hazard.
You've got the bunkers and sand trap. You've got weather, wind, inclement weather. You've got wind, and you've got water. So you're missing the final 3 answers. You have 2 strikes. No pressure.
All right. So it's not trees, but it could be
trees.
It could be animals, or it could be other golfers. I could see someone putting that on there. Depending on who you play with, it could be the cart path.
Yeah.
Out of bounds, like maybe is that a thing that would be on there possibly? It definitely causes trouble depending on how you hit. I'm trying to debate like whether would they put like a slice or a hook on there, or is that? Are we talking about like top head speed, like top speed, head speed? Like
the break of the green was not on here. I'm guessing they did not go with the speed at which you swing your club.
I mean, that'll cause you problems.
Break in
Stance?
your wrist.
Yeah. Grip.
Ball too far forward. No.
Weight.
That is not it.
I several people have mentioned. Christy says lighting, but I think that's an inclement weather. I think he took that. But I thought you said lighting and some like not being able to see, like sun could cause you a problem. But
well,
so
we have
could
weather. So I'll give you this weather.
So that's all included in weather. Okay.
I'm going to just tell you that kind of stuff's not on here, so I'm going to clump that into weather and say you already.
So someone's saying I'm seeing noise, animals, other golfers, Rodney Dangerfield. That's definitely a potential one. Grumpy construction workers with nails in their heads. Nice shot. Give me if anybody knows what Alex is talking about. There's 2 different movies that he's mentioned in there. Dave, I'm gonna go with noise. I'm trusting my Ohio friend. I'm going with noise. Noise or distractions.
You only get 3 strikes.
And that's my third one.
Before I ask if this is your final answer, because we'll mix game shows here, I will tell you that 2 of the 3 answers that are on this card are actually in the comments somewhere. 2 of the 3 have been mentioned.
2 of the 3, okay.
Yes. So the question is, do you believe that noise is one of those 2?
I do.
You do.
I believe I'm going to go with noise. Hey, Adam.
So is that
Adam? Hold on.
This is the guy you need to know, right? Before we go with final answer.
Adam, we are looking for the things on a golf course that can cause you problems. Dave, can you tell them everything that we've read off and the things that weren't
So
accurate?
here's the problem. At first, I was thinking, oh, Adam's the right guy to ask this, but I don't think Adam has problems on the golf course. So I don't know. So Adam,
but
imagine
the things-
you're playing with somebody else.
But there are
Okay.
things that can cause you problems, not that
that
do.
should cause somebody else problems. Yes.
That can cause some problems.
So Adam, here's what we've got so far: things that could cause a normal golfer, not Adam, but a normal golfer problems. Things that are on the list so far: we've got the bunkers or sand trap, weather, including the sun, wind, water, and we're missing 3. He has 2 strikes already,
So I got strikes on trees and what else?
and the break in the green.
Adam, I'm serious here. I need your help here, Adam. I mean, yeah,
funny.
that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so carts could be a thing, another golfer, noise. Now I got Megan nervous because I said I'm going to take her answer. We already got sand trap.
Sand was like in the trap. Yeah, we already got that. Yeah.
Not listening can also be a thing that causes problems. Because Adam didn't listen to what we just said.
So to Megan's point here, if for some reason Jeff loses this game because of you, Megan, well done on blaming Ray for making us play the game. So I like how that went down. Yeah, okay.
Dave, I think I'm gonna stick with my answer of noise being one of those 2.
Now, before I accept your final answer, would it help if I told you that probably is not one of the right answers? Does that sway you at all?
Yes, it does, and I'd like to change my answer to other golfers.
That is on the list, Jeff. Well,
other golfers is okay.
Other golfers is one.
No, Adam. Apparently, noise is not an issue, and neither are trees. Like no one's ever had an issue with trees on a golf course. So like dog legs and other things.
Yeah. So there are 2 others here, and of these 2, at least one of them is still on the list. Yes.
Is this it? Is that it? Is it bridges?
And having your golf ball fly back at you? No, just me. Wow, Chelsea, I love that. That was not actually, that wouldn't fit on the little bitty card.
What did I just guess and get? Other golfers?
You said other golfers, yes.
Man, what else is there that I'm trying to think how these people
at
are
least
thinking.
At least one of the final 2 is actually on the list.
I'm going to say animals.
Animals is on the list. Yes.
Is
animals.
It? Okay.
Animals, aka gophers and other animals. Yes.
So then we have a last one that is not noise, though, right?
It's not noise. And it's not trees. However, trees may grow there. They may grow here. They may grow in the final answer. Just saying. They might.
Okay, so is the final answer they just grass? Because that can cause your problem, the rough, right?
Oh.
Or are we back, or is it the out of bounds area?
Mm.
Or is it just what's the word? Is it like landscape?
Yes, it was grass in the rough. Good job, Jeff. Yay!
Is it really?
Take yourself out of this. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't want you to go astray and say something.
I mean, yeah, that's always an issue. Okay.
Whew. Yes. The rough, the woods.
Okay.
The long.
This
grass.
was rough. This was rough.
Right. That was a stretch.
Was rough.
Ray, that was for you. So we did it. We did it.
So drinking wasn't on there, huh?
It said problems, things that cause problems, not
That's
reasons
true.
to come back.
Solves problems. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like if I were here at home and I said, hey, I'm going to go to the bar for 4 hours. No, you're not going to the bar for. I'm going to the golf course for 4 hours. Go right ahead. There's a difference there. Same activity is done, but when you're at the golf course, it's a little bit more acceptable. But no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Maybe I was a little bit too much.
No, that was good. I needed that. I needed to get my head right. I need to be really thinking, problem solving, really critical thinking here to get myself ready. I still got some work to do tonight, so got me going, got me thinking.
Good deal. And Megan Anderson, I'm super glad he didn't listen to you too. Maybe the only time
Megan. Megan, I don't know what you were doing there, but you fired. So sorry, this was important, and you just totally left me out to try. I don't know what what was that? What was her answer that I picked? Noise.
She was trying to get you to go with noise.
Oh no, Megan, I still stand by the answer. You're not fired. I think that just a dumb list. It would have been the next one on the list.
It would have been
noise, and then probably trees, and then Dave Schmidt.
Wow. I cause problems everywhere though, not just on a golf course. So
yeah, no. Well, so you usually make it in the top 20 of like all the lists that have to do with problems.
Wow, Jeff.
You
I have lots of questions to ask you now. How do you
Let's-
heal a
let's-
broken heart? How do you heal a broken
got-
heart? Jeff? Give me the
No,
message.
it's usually just a matter of time. At least 3 times the length of which you were in that relationship.
What is this like a serious thing that you're talking through right now or something? I'm like, what?
No.
How long have I known you? So now, okay, in about 4.5 5 years,
3,000 shots of vodka, however long that takes.
That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly 236 beers.
Okay, I'll start that rehab tonight. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway. So, can I ask you, what are you doing this evening?
I have a meeting right after this with you.
Me, yeah.
And then right after I meet with you, I get to meet with the phenomenal Becky Thaw. Everyone can be jealous really quick. Becky and I are talking about a big project that she is leading, that she and I are working on together. And then I've got to just do some work. So on Wednesdays, my earlier part of my day is usually taken up. I'm with my kids with school and stuff. I still get some stuff done, like when I have a chance, and I sit next to them when they're on their meets, and I'll do some work and stuff. But I don't get as much like efficient time to work. So I'll probably put an hour or so in afterwards. If not, I've been getting yelled at because like last Wednesday I worked really late and then I was tired the next day, so I get yelled at because Chad and Ray tell me to not worry about it on Wednesdays because I'm doing things with my kids and it's important. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, but what if Dave doesn't think I worked hard enough today? I've got to work later. What if Dave yells at me? If Dave yells at me, I don't know what I'm going to do. How do you heal a broken heart?
Well, so this is good because this is kind of like we did not script this. If people need a reminder,
I don't know where you're going either.
So this was interesting. Because that question is honestly in my notes as the question I was going to ask you this week. Not about do you sleep enough or anything, but this idea of other people's expectations matching your own expectations for yourself. So this came up in a conversation last night in Mastermind, and I've been really like wrestling with this. When you have expectations for yourself that differ from somebody else's expectations for you or for a group. So teachers right now going through the evaluation process, they might be thinking they're doing some level of performance and somebody else comes in and observes and evaluates and thinks they're doing something else. Or just in the real world, like people judge you based off of what they might see or read on social media versus what you think about yourself. Hearing you just say this idea of, I know it was a tongue-in-cheek, it was a joke, it was in jest, but I think people really do wrestle with this idea of, do people think I'm working hard enough? How do you, Jeff Gargas, balance meeting other people's expectations versus living up to your own expectations?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm
not sure I do. Not well? Is that the right answer?
Well, just it's hard, right? When they don't align. Is that the goal, is to try to get them to align, or are you okay?
I think so. But I think a lot of times it goes into, because like, I mean, I have, when we chat like this with Chad and Ray, I'm super fortunate that they're both amazing, and they're like, dude, you do plenty. We all appreciate each other so much that it's like, hey, like there's a shift in your schedule and your Wednesdays are sort of kind of all over the place now. Like, and they're like, hey, just take it off. It's all good. And they're like, seriously, it's all good. Like we still think you work plenty hard. Like you still put plenty of value. But for me, I struggle with that, which I think is part imposter syndrome, part whatever you want to call it. Like it's all that adding up and it's not every week, but where I have these moments where I'm like, and it's funny because I have like, this is the thing that's going on in my head where I'm like, what if I'm not working hard enough and everybody else is working hard enough and they realize that they don't really need me here? So and like Chad's always like, hey dude, like, you own the company too, right? Like we can't really get rid of you anyway. Like, so even if that was the case, like, and I'm like, yeah, but that's something.
Yeah.
But it's a battle in my head.
I think that is part of the story too, because you mentioned Chad and Ray, right? Because they are crucial parts of this team. So they gave you permission. They kind of told you, take Wednesdays off. Well, what if every Wednesday I made some sort of passive aggressive comment of, seriously, Jeff, you didn't do anything today? I sent you like 15 messages. At what point does that start to like get to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I got to change it up?
it gets to me really quick, but for me, as I've grown, my hope is that, like right now in my mindset, and my hope is that I would at least get there. It might hit me really bad for a bit, but hopefully what we would get to is we would have a conversation about why I'm not doing things, why I don't reply as quick on Wednesdays or stuff like that, because then we would have a conversation around that. And at that point, like you and I would never get here, but like that point, like if you still felt the need to say that, there's probably a bigger issue, either with you and me, or with you, or with my ability to get things done, or the communication or something. So like my hope is that we would go there. But no, honestly, like if I was having one of those days where I was beating myself up for it, and you not here live, like where I assume most of the time we're joking, but like legit was like, hey, like dude, like I feel like you're not like, I feel like, are you just like lazy on Wednesdays, not doing anything? Because I've sent you a bunch of stuff and you didn't get anything to me. And I said, oh, well, actually, I take Wednesdays off because my kids, like that. And you were like, yeah, but still, like, that seems a little, like, I don't know if you, like, I can't imagine you doing that.
Sure.
But if you came back, like, on the wrong Wednesday, that could probably crush me.
Yeah.
Regardless of who is on the team. But my hope is that I would get past it really quick because I would share that actually, what I'd probably do on that night is work till 4 a.m. and kill myself. Not actually, but like mentally exhaust myself trying to make myself feel like I put in more time.
And see, I feel like you take this from a great perspective. And I wanted to ask you, because you've got this great leadership mindset where you stand beside people that you work with, and you don't ever like preach down at people. You're always standing beside them, to the fact that you know that most of the people that you work with are busy during the day. So when they're reaching out for help, it might be 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So you work all day pulling levers behind the scenes, and yet you still make yourself available all night.
Yeah.
Because that's when they need you. And it's not necessarily a perception thing, but it's a real thing. Because at there's a lot of people that would say, Jeff, you don't need to do that. You've worked all day, shut it down at 5 o'clock. But then when you don't respond to people at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, their perception of you're never here for me, you're not working hard enough. Would that be enough fuel to make you change your practice?
No, for me, that whole thing. So one, I feel like we have the culture on our team where if I didn't get back to someone until the morning, there wouldn't be that perception because I'd get back to them. Mm-hmm. And probably with a, hey, sorry, I couldn't back to you this morning, but I was doing X, Y, Z, whatever. So I don't think that would happen, but for me, I do. I'm always on, because the way that I look at it is I say, how dare I be okay with half or more than half of our team putting in work on evenings and weekends, a lot of times on holiday weekends or holiday breaks and stuff, because most of our team are teachers. How dare I be okay with that, but not be willing to give a minute here or there to reply back or answer something or answer a call or whatever, so that they can actually do the work that they're doing on their own, what I mean? Like, for me, that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
The catch is, I think, is that the balance there is to find where I'm okay with answering things, getting whatever info I can or get to them without it destroying my personal life.
Okay.
Which is a struggle, which is not always easy, because sometimes it's like what they might be asking might actually require me to do more work than a quick text, quick call, something like that. And in those moments, I have to be, it's hard. And sometimes I'm really good at it. Sometimes I'm really bad at it, where I have to go, hey, Dave, I know you're working on that, and I know you need XYZ from me. That's my fault. I'm not going to be able to get to it till tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there's rare cases where they can't wait, but like, that's very rare.
Yeah. I'm thinking about this now too, going back in time to when I was a building principal. And it was so hard because, building principals, they're getting in the building 5, 6, 7 in the morning, hours normally before everybody else. They stay late. And then inevitably there are parents and or students that are sending messages or calling or emailing.
Need things after. Yep.
Absolutely. 8, 9 o'clock at night, because that's when they're able to finally sit down and breathe and collect themselves. And there was a part of me back when I was a principal, it was a real tension where I would say, man, they don't understand. I've been at work already for 12 hours today. I don't have time to respond to them right now. Yeah. But I also knew that they were giving me all they had, and that was the only time that they could reach out to me, and trying to find that balance of, I don't want them to think that I don't care about them. So sometimes it was just a matter of reaching back out saying, thank you so much for your message. I will get back in touch with you first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Because when you don't respond, that perception can change a relationship, right?
It can definitely, and especially if the boundaries haven't been set. So like with your students in particular, like, because when you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, teachers are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Even more so over the last year and a half, right? Because you never know when kids are actually able to access, if they're doing asynchronous, right? Or whatever they have to do. If you got 2 working parents in the house or a single parent, like they may not be able to even think or look at anything having to do with their kid's school until 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, right? So like you hear a lot about boundaries, like that's a really important piece of that, is if you can set those. Like my son's teacher is very good at that. She says, look, you can email me anytime you want. I will always see it. By default, I'm going to reply to you as soon as I can the next morning, unless it's an emergency, and so we know that. So, that's that. Obviously, sometimes you can only set those boundaries with people that you're already having established relationships with, right? So if it's a parent that's not, and a principal might not be able to do that because there's more people than a classroom of kids or whatever it might be. So like, you got to measure that out. But I think it's boundaries. And so for me, I don't know that as we're talking, like, Ray and Chad and I have that, and you're aware of Wednesdays, right? But I don't know that the rest of the team is as aware that I'm going to be slower to respond, stuff like that on Wednesdays. However, most the rest of the team works later hours anyway, so it's okay. You know what I mean? So, so it's different, but it's on our team Google Calendar that we all have. Like, everybody has access to. It says Jeff out, right? And that's to hopefully set the expectation that I'm not there, even though most of the time I'm going to try to respond.
So does it matter if people know why you're out? Because this idea of boundaries is one thing, but what if people just see out and they're like, oh my gosh, he's got another day off? Seriously? Who gets Wednesdays off? Oh, must be nice being Jeff Gargas, right? Must be nice being part owner.
Yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, for us, and like where we're at right now, like I just don't feel like I think that's solved by the culture on our team. However, as we've continued to grow, like we've thought more about some of these things of like, as you grow, like it becomes harder and harder to maintain the same exact culture. Like, right, you want to keep the core, but it gets harder and harder because as we grow, potentially people get further and further away from me, regardless of how hard I try to make that not happen, right? So if you think about it, how it can get away, which means that they know me less potentially, which means they're more likely to assume that versus the good. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of times, I guess I don't put that on mine. I know, like, typically if Chad's out and he puts that on my calendar, he'll put Chad out kids. Because he's got, something to do with the kids. He's got to take the kids, he's got dance classes and they do all kinds of stuff or whatever. Mine just says out on Wednesdays. I should really put kids. I'm with my kids. Don't hate me.
This reminds me of that whole grace, judgment, empathy thing of people needing to know your story. And I'm thinking about teachers, again, with those boundaries outside of school hours, even in the summertime when everybody says, oh, it must be nice being a teacher and having all your summers off, or being able to be home in time to watch Ellen at 4:00 every day, whatever. The assumptions people make. As opposed to getting to know the full story. So it's an interesting conversation of how much of the story should you have to tell people in order to change perception. So
and I think I don't know the answer to that. I think it's probably somewhere in the mix of the realm of depends on your culture, depends on relationships, and sometimes even when those are good, it still depends on the people.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you know what I mean? Like, you can build really great culture and stuff like that, but sometimes people that aren't quite in tune with that still get in and still need to be there. Especially if you think about, schools and a lot of businesses, right? They got to fill certain positions and stuff. So sometimes that happens. So that gets tough. So I don't know. That's one that I definitely continue to struggle with, that whole balance of perception, because I feel like part of the reason why I do the Wednesdays and I put that was because the truth is, if I didn't do work during Wednesday because I was with my kids, like 90% of the people on our team wouldn't know. They'd never know that I took it off because I'm still usually, and I'm crazy, I'm still usually quick to get back and stuff. But I was beating myself up in a really harmful way because I was going, I'm not working. And so that's where Chad and Ray were like, okay, like, don't work. Like, we're telling you not to work so you don't do this stupid thing that you do to yourself. And that's just me. That's one of the things that I struggle with. So for me, like that's a big part. And that's from, a lot of that's, like I said, like imposter syndrome, self-doubt,
Nope.
judging myself and then assuming that everyone's judging me the same way.
But I think what you just did is you just gave people an amazing tactical takeaway. And if especially if there are school leaders listening here, sometimes you need to provide that boundary for other people. You need to be the one to tell teachers, don't
tell them
until 8 o'clock.
Yes.
You need to be the one
yes.
that puts that out there so that they don't have to feel that guilt. Don't send them those messages after hours if you don't want them responding. Like, you have to help people establish their boundaries for them. So.
That's huge, Dave. Yes. As a leader, you should absolutely, you have to give them permission, because you are working with a bunch of educators who are passionate about what they do, who want to make a difference, who want to change, and will always, always, always feel like they're not doing enough. Sometimes because they just want to do so much. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times because the world often is telling them that they're not doing enough, even when they are. And so as a school leader in any way, shape, or form, you have to tell your people to take the time. And Dave, you hit a huge point. If you tell all your people, hey, don't work this day, don't you dare send them an email during that time. Schedule it. You can do it with Gmail. You can do it with Outlook.
Yep, just because it's on your mind doesn't mean it needs to be on theirs. So
that's a big thing. One thing for me is like, I will, like on our team, I know a lot of people do work on Saturdays and Sundays. I will never assign a task to anyone on a Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, if you want to work on Saturday, Sunday, I love you, but I'm never going to tell you to work. Like, I'm never going to push you. I'm never going to expect you to. You work when you can, and that's on you. That's your call. But like, yeah, but as I think with school teachers, like you have to tell them. Mm-hmm. And yeah, don't be like, hey, take your evenings off, and then send them 3 emails in the evening. Like, if they love their job and they're committed to your school, like, they're going to answer that email. Like, so yeah. Anyway, that's a good way to wrap it up. I think good way to wrap it up. All right, so Megan won the shirt, which is good. So we gave away a shirt. That's fun. We did a game, so that's good. We protected ourselves. Appreciate everyone's help on the golf questions.
And thanks for helping me buy a house, everybody.
Thanks for helping Dave buy a house. Tomorrow night, I don't have it open again because I never do. Tomorrow night, Master Chat, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I thought the calendar would load up, but it didn't. Dennis Sharon's on tomorrow night. Ooh, you want to be there for that? Yes.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
Yes, Dennis, and then you got this combination tomorrow afterwards for the live recap is Dennis and Ray.
Ooh.
So might be some math talk in there. We'll see. If you don't know Dennis Sharon, he's one of our speakers, and he's just incredible when it comes to math and relevance, and just a good dude. So that's good. So that's that. We'll be back next week. You're with me next week, right? Your next time off on Brave Breaks now for a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, it's not till sometime next month. Yeah.
Oh, can we celebrate? Can we celebrate? Make everyone jealous. I know we're 2 minutes past, but we need to celebrate and make everyone jealous that I get to see you tomorrow night, Friday.
Yes, I know. I'm super excited.
No, we're going to be socially distanced, masked up, being safe. But Dave and I get to hang out with Chad and work with a bunch of school leaders in Ohio tomorrow, or on Friday. So
Friday, yeah.
Great stuff. Love it. Do me a favor, as the outro video is playing, just like, can we fill everything up with green hearts? That'd be awesome. Congrats again to Debbie for the keynote. Congrats again to Rob for his book coming out. And so congrats to Road to Awesome. Good day for them today. And which,
if
by the way,
come back awesome. In 7 minutes, I get to hang out with Caitlin Giordano. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So real quick, Road to Awesome, one of our sponsors for our 12-hour live coming on April 24th. So make sure you join us for that. Yes. And then 57 minutes right back here on Over Social, Dave and Caitlin. This is week session 2 or 3. Week 2. Focus on the focus. What are we focusing on tonight? What's the theme for tonight?
Measuring what matters.
Ooh, measuring what matters.
Yeah.
Okay. Be back. All right. So Dave will see you all in about 57 minutes. We'll see you all next week. Cool?
Let's do it.
Yeah, see you.